I feel like the clear difference since last year is the fact that this shirt doesn't fit anymore. Hello potatoes, it's Kato the Potato and welcome back to another video. I'm back. I feel like I have been taking a lot of intermittent breaks recently, and I will explain the reasoning behind that throughout this video. But I wanted to talk about this past year pretty much and how I've been on YouTube for an entire year. Yeah, March 8th, 2020 was the day that I posted my first video, and I think like literally a week afterwards, everything shut down. Obviously, like me looking back on my first video now, like things are so much different than what it is now, and it's just so cool to see like almost timestamps of your life like basically preserved in a video. And I don't know, like YouTube is probably like the coolest thing I've ever done, and I really just want to talk about it. So yeah, I think a lot of people might not know this, but I did start off as Advice with Avocato, the podcast. I had just moved from Alabama, and after I moved to Georgia, which, you know, geographically isn't that far away, it was still like a huge shift for me because I was starting my junior year in a completely different place. There was so much I wanted to talk about and like give advice on that I decided that I wanted to do a podcast. I did that from September of 2019 up until I started my YouTube channel. I created like an entire email account associated with a podcast, and then using that email I created the YouTube channel like in January of 2020, and I decided that later that year I was going to post my first video and start my channel. It took me like, you know, like 2 months to really think about like how I wanted to set up my channel, what I wanted to talk about, all these different things. And, you know, looking back at that first video where I break down everything I wanted to talk about, everything I wanted to do, and also just like, I was 17 back then. It's so weird because like I was such a baby. Now I'm 18 and an adult. So I mentioned like right after I started my channel, you know, everything locked down and we were confined in our own homes. My school didn't really do Zoom meetings at first. They just kind of gave us assignments and we're like, we're just gonna figure this out as we go. And so for most of the days, I ended up sleeping the day away and not being very productive. And, you know, I'm really grateful that I actually did start my channel like right before everything happened, because it gave me something to do, pretty much. Like, it gave me an outlet and be able to express myself and, you know, be productive, have something to do. And so very quickly I went from doing 1 video a week to 2 videos a week. I did it up until like July of 2020, and I'm super proud of myself for being able to go that long while producing 2 videos a week. But yeah, I think around July of 2020 is when I realized that, you know, we're gonna basically be going back to the closest thing we have to normal at this time, and I'm gonna have to, you know, go back to being a full-time student and, you know, having it be my senior year and be someone who's applying to colleges. Also during this time, I was looking for a part-time job. So like around July, August, September, that area was like a pretty big blur for me. It wasn't that YouTube wasn't going to be a priority, but I did have other things that I needed to care about, you know, objectively a little bit more than making videos, unfortunately. But then like around October, I think I just got a huge wave of just creativity because Halloween is like probably one of my favorite holidays. And so I posted a ton during Halloween season and like the month of October. But yeah, I had a lot of fun during October, and it was like that period of time where I just finished college apps, and I don't know, it was just great for me to have like an outlet to turn to when I did have a little bit of free time. But then when things started kicking back up again, you know, during the school year is when I started having to slow things down. And I think the one video that I did come back with, in a sense, was the December video of when I got accepted to Georgia Tech, which was obviously a very super exciting, and I'm still very grateful and shocked that I got accepted. I will be honest, I thought after that video, because it seemed like, you know, I got my whole like college thing together, I'm halfway done through my senior year, that I was probably gonna have to pick YouTube back up and be a little bit more scheduled and a little bit more consistent with my content. How that did not turn out that way. Gosh. It's been a year and I can't even keep my tripod in check. Alrighty, we're back. So yeah, when January rolled around, I really did think that I was gonna start posting a little bit more consistently. But I'll be honest, one of the biggest points at that time was the fact that I turned 18. Now, I'm not saying like once I turned 18, like a lot of responsibilities just like towered onto me, but A lot happened on my 18th birthday. I'll make an entirely new video about it, but it was probably the worst birthday I've ever had. But then it ended up being, you know, a great time in my life afterwards because I ended up meeting someone. Obviously, relationships are going to take effort and time just in general, so, you know, that's also been one of the reasons why I feel like I've been kind of, you know, focusing on other things beyond just making videos. I'm also still working at my part-time job. Actually, I think it's gonna be my 6 months working there soon, so that's been kind of crazy because I feel like I haven't been there for that long, but also have been there way too long. I will also mention that there has been a rise in anti-Asian hate and just racist sentiments going around, and like there were parts of me where I didn't want to post because I didn't want to, you know, put forward something that clearly is going to make me get hate for, and it was really hard for me to post that video last week too, since it was such a scary but serious topic that I wanted to approach, and I wasn't just gonna sit here on something that was so important and personal to me. Was that video gonna be the thing that I was gonna come back on? Absolutely not, but I'm so glad that I did. I have gotten negative feedback on that video, but mostly positive ones, which I'm really grateful for, and so now moving forward, I want to continue talking about things that are important to me, and also have fun with other topics and making content and all of these different things. Yeah, I think this time in my life, I'm about to enter such a transformative period where I am going to be going through the last of high school. I'm going to be graduating soon. I'm going to be going off to college and leaving the nest in a sense and being independent, being alone, being on my own for the first time. And all those things I really do want to record and document and have these videos as time capsules for, you know, future me, and just see how much I have changed and grown since this time in my life. I don't know, I'm just really excited to see where this goes. I'm still very much on a small scale, but you know, maybe I'll get there, maybe I won't, and that's completely okay, because I'm just having fun and, you know, doing something that I really like, and that's all I really want out of this. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you for all the support you've given me this past year, and I really am excited for all the years to come. If you like this video, please make sure you give a thumbs up and comment down below anything you'd like to see from me in the following year. I don't know, I think, you know, I'd love to get suggestions on what you think I should do. Subscribe down below for more interesting content like this, and hope you have a great day. Wishing the best as always, Kato, rolling on out.